everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. You've had a wonderful week, and you're going to have a blessed month as it comes to an end. So I know I've been away for a while. I've been busy with personal stuff, but now I'm back to the grind, and I'm here to give you back amazing tips as I usually do, and help out some of you guys as you pursuit to become top of your leagues, and hope for the best as you pursue that as well. So for me, it has been a downhill trend from this because I've been going down in the rankings, but I hope that now I'll be going up, and I'll give you a brief of what I've been doing while I was away in my FPL, so that we're up today together on the team. So today I'm just going to go through a wildcard draft and tips, and help you guys who want to hit the wildcard button some tips on how to go around it. So first of all, I'm going to start us off with the defenders, and as you can see, so in goal I've gone for Guaita and De Gea. You can make a case for Foster, but with Foster and Watford have not been performing very well. They've been conceding a lot of goals, and Foster has not been doing great. I know he's a cheap option, but I just prefer having someone like Guaita and De Gea in there, which every week gives you a headache on who you're going to start, because you don't know who you're going to start. So I think Guaita and De Gea as the goalkeepers are very amazing, because you can be able to switch when one of them has a tough fixture, and you're not most likely guaranteed a clean sheet, but at least they can try to give you that clean sheet, as compared to Foster, who you're always on your seat hoping for a clean sheet or some save points or a penalty save, which is most likely not going to come. And then to the defenders, we have Laporte, Cancelo from Man City. I think Laporte this season has played more minutes than Ruben Diaz, and I think Ruben Diaz being that expensive, it's not worth having him. I'd rather go for a 5.7 million defender in Laporte, who also has scored a couple of goals in the past few games. He's always a threat in the air, and I think he's a good pickup. And then Cancelo, we all know what Cancelo has done this season. He's been amazing, been producing assists, scoring goals, picking up bonus points here and there, and I think he's a very good option. To have there. And then Lucadine, who moved from Everton to Aston Villa. He's already on set pieces, which is amazing. And also Aston Villa are good defensively with Martinez in goal. So I think Lucadine is guaranteed to pick up a lot of points, especially now with the crosses coming in. Watkins is also there. I think Lucadine is also good to have in there. And then Diogo Dalot from Manchester United. I know United don't keep a lot of clean sheets, but I think he's fallen in favor with the new manager, and I think he's going to play a lot of games. Because also Wan-Bissaka is out injured for a while, and Man United fixtures are looking good. And then obviously you can't have a team without Trent, who has been performing well. He's been a very, very good FPL asset from game week 1 until now, and I think you need him in your team if you don't have him, and I think you need to buy him ASAP, because I think his price is just going to continue to go up, and I think that's a solid goalkeeping setup and defense setup. And then next we go to the midfielders. We have Greenwood there, who I think he's also nailed on for United. He's been playing a lot of games on the right, and I think he's a very, very good option to have. He's the cheapest United attacker at the moment, so I think he's a good option. You could also put out an argument for Elanga, but for Elanga it's not clear whether he's going to play every game, because Rashford is yet to come back into the team. Sancho also is yet to come back into the team. So I think Greenwood is the best option to have, because he's cheap and he's guaranteed to play, because I think the new manager also likes him. And then we're going here with Rafinha in there, 6.6 million, also a cheap option, and I think he's the key for Leeds to win their games. And Bamford also expected to come back soon, I think it will be a great partnership for them, and I think Rafinha is a good pickup as well. And then now we can go to Mohamed Salah, who's out on AFCON at the moment, but Egypt are not been playing particularly well, although they are in the round of 16. You never know, so maybe Salah might come back into the mix next week, because they're playing, and if they lose, they're going to be knocked out, and he's going to come back. So I think it's worth keeping him or buying him back if you don't have him already. You can just wait to see how the AFCON match goes and look for a different player. And then Bowen from West Ham, he's been performing well this season, one of his best seasons ever. And as an FPL asset, he's been amazing to own. And I think he's going to produce more and more. And I think he's a very good option. And then we have Jota, who has filled up the boots of Salah and Mane well, performing well, scoring goals, assists. I think he's a wonderful option to have if you don't want to get Salah at the moment. You can just go for Jota and wait and see how the AFCON matches play out. But I think Jota is also nailed on even if Salah and Mane come back, because when Firmino came back, Firmino was the one who was on the bench and Jota was the one who is playing. I think Klopp fancies Jota more because he tends to score more goals than Firmino, which is also good for us FPL players. And I think that's a solid midfield. And then now we can go for the attackers, where we have Oli Watkins coming in there. As I mentioned earlier, Lucas Digne coming to the team is a big boost for Watkins, because Lucas Digne has a wonderful cross in him. And I think with Watkins being the sole striker, I think he can score a lot of goals. And then Broha from Southampton, just a cheap option to have in there for 5.2 million. You can bench him if you want, but if you think the fixture is too good, you can just go and start him, which is not a bad option, because he can score goals, provide assists, and I think he's the main guy at Southampton at the moment. And then to finish off the wildcard team, we have Antonio there. I know he's not been producing a lot of goals, but he's a good and solid option to have in there as well. On his day, he can perform, and the fixtures of Antonio West Ham becoming easier during the next 4 game weeks. I think he's a solid option to have. So yeah, for this team, I think so the overall squad value comes at 103.4 million, but you'll be left with 0.0 M in the bank. If you want some cash in the bank, you can just do Guaita to Foster, have 0.6 million in the bank, which will give you a bit of flexibility in your team. And I think you'll have a very wonderful team. But squad value vary against people. You may not have 1.3 million. Your squad value might be 101 million or thereabout. But I think this is a solid team, and I think this team will help you gain some ranks. And then just to add a little bit at the end, where we have some considerations here, players who also look good for the wildcard team, who you might want to bring in instead of another person. So in defense, I think the best option is Sufar at the moment, because he's always up front. He's producing assists. West Ham look good defensively, especially since Diop is coming back. Zuma might also be coming back soon. So I think they'll be a very good defense. They'll be good defensively. And yeah, Sufal is a good option, and their fixtures are coming up are also decent. If you need a Man City midfield option, you can go for Foden there, who's also a decent option. The only problem I have with Man City midfielders and attackers is you never know who's going to play. They always rotate, especially now with Mahrez coming back after they were knocked out of the AFCON. It's going to be difficult to see who's going to play there. So that's the only problem I have with Man City midfielders. You could go for Bernardo Silva, who has basically played every single minute of this season, who is a good option. Or you can go for Kevin De Bruyne, but also you might be benched. I think Bernardo Silva is the best option. And to now finish off the video, we have Calvert-Lewin, who is also a decent option, especially now under new management. It may be the new manager bounce, which will also be a decent option, so you could go for him also. And yeah, I think that is a very decent setup for your wildcard, and I hope you take some tips from this video. I hope you've also enjoyed, and I'll see you all guys later. Bye bye.